We've got the best political team on Indian television. Narendra Modi has once again beaten the anti-incumbency factor and scored a hat-trick as Gujarat's chief minister, just as headlines today had predicted, securing 116 seats. The chief minister and his men have drubbed the Congress once again to retain power. Also, Keshubhai Patel's ambitions to take on Narendra Modi have been blunted at the very outset, with his party, the Gujarat Parivartan Party, only winning 2 assembly seats. Our projections had also predicted that he'd get between 1 and 4. We were bang on there as well. Meanwhile, the Congress says there's a partial victory even in this defeat, claiming they've secured 2 more seats than the last assembly elections. As for Modi's constituency, he comfortably won Maninagar by defeating Congress candidate Shweta Bhatt. As for Arjun Modwadia, Gujarat's Congress chief, taking responsibility for his party's loss, he has resigned from his post. What's also interesting and points to Modi's overconfidence is the fact that from Wednesday itself, work has been on in full swing at Ahmedabad's Sardar Patel Stadium for the swearing-in ceremony. Well, when the headlines today, post-poll survey actually happened and we broadcast it to the entire nation, we assured you that we were going to be more accurate than anybody else. Take a look at these figures on your screen right now. These are the figures that we actually put out in that post-poll survey, between 118 to 128 for Narendra Modi and the BJP in Gujarat, 50 to 56 for the Congress, between 1 and 3 for the Gujarat Parivartan Party, between 4 and 6 for others. Now let's take a look at what actually happened, just to demonstrate just how accurate we were as far as those projections were concerned. 120 for the BJP and Modi, perfectly within what we had projected in the post-poll survey. 58, again very close to the maximum of what we projected as far as the Congress's achievements in Gujarat were concerned. 2, that's between 1 and 3, between 1 and 4 as far as the Gujarat Parivartan Party of Keshubhai Patel was concerned, and 2 for others. We predicted between 1 and 4 right as far as our post-poll projections are concerned right here on Headlines Today. Alright, so there you go. Our post-poll projections were more accurate than anybody else's in the Indian press or the Indian series of channels that have had post-poll projections. Headlines Today's was most accurate. Now, there are 3 issues that face us. There are several issues that need to be analyzed. But right here, I want to introduce our guests first, and I'm going to get opening reactions from all of them on 3 basic issues. First of all, we've got Professor Akul Dholakia. Welcome, sir. Thanks for staying with Headlines Today. He's one of the most incisive Gujarat observers. He's going to give us his views on what he thinks. Shiv Vishwanathan, you've seen him here on Headlines Today before. He's a well-known sociologist. He's written plenty about Modi, and he's got a lot to say about what's been happening today. Professor Achyut Yagnik, thanks for staying on the best Indian political panel this day, Gujarat 2012, as we analyze all the things that are happening. Also with me live from Ahmedabad is Headlines Today's editor, Gaurav Sawant, who's with our political editor, Javed Ansari. What are the issues? I want to get first a ground report from Gaurav on what's happening. Gaurav, we understand that there's a Vijay Sabha that's been organized. What's the status on that? When is that likely to begin?
A part of it has already begun, Shiv. In fact, you can hear the songs that are going on behind me. Amit Shah, who's one from Naranpura, he's already on stage, as is Narhari Amin, the Gujarat Congress stalwart who quit just before elections and joined the BJP. Narendra Modi, who's now being called the Gujarat ka Sher.
Yeah.
That's the chant that's going on here. Gujarat ka Sher aaya. And he's expected here in a while from now. So this is the Vijay Sabha, the Abhar Sabha, where a large crowd of BJP supporters and workers have gathered to be a part of the victory celebrations. Narendra Modi will address them. He's the man of the moment. He's met his mother. He's met Keshubhai Patel, and after that, he's on his way here. The big message that he's going to give to these people, one is Abhar. We've been speaking to a number of BJP leaders, and they said that he wants to express his gratitude for the help and support he's been given. He also wants to tell them that he is, for the moment, staying in Gujarat, and the talk about moving to Delhi is at a later date and time, and he will be working for
Yes.
the betterment of Gujarat. At least that is what BJP leaders on ground have been telling us. Let's speak to Javed Ansari for more on this. Javed, while this may be the message, the broader message now is Gujarat is a pond, Narendra Modi is a much bigger fish.
Yes, if you go by the opinion of the crowd gathered here or of the BJP bakers throughout the country, they will want Narendra Modi to be their prime ministerial candidate. But it's also important to not get ahead of events. See what Narendra Modi, from what we gather, what you and I have learned from people close to him, is that he intends continuing as chief minister. 2014 is still a year and a half away, and therefore he will wait for events. BJP has to decide to project him. Then the India needs to adopt him, and it's only then will Narendra Modi consider taking on that mantle. And of course, the most important thing, that the people of India have to vote for him to become prime minister.
Indeed, he's a man who's known to strategize well.
Yeah.
It's that strategy that won him Gujarat yet again, and he's going to wait before he moves in for that bill. We've just been told that the chief minister is going to come in a while. Security men have been asked to cordon off this entire place, which they've already started.
Yes.
And in a while, we'll listen to the Gujarat chief minister Narendra Modi.
Alright, so Gaurav Sawant's right there where that Vijay Sabha is about to kick off. Narendra Modi is about to arrive. Amit Shah, Narahari Amin are already on stage. We're going to see the chief minister, who's there for the third time, going to be there at that Vijay Sabha in just a short while from now. We will get you live pictures as soon as Narendra Modi arrives right there for this Vijay Sabha. I want to get an opening comments from India's best political team on television. Dr. Bakul Dholakia, former director of IIM Ahmedabad, is with us here. Dr. Dholakia, one of the first things that Narendra Modi did after this victory, went and met his mother. That was expected. Then he went and met Keshubhai Patel. They fed each other sweets. What do you think of that?
Well, Keshubhai and Narendra Modi have been colleagues for a very, very
Yes.
long time.
Longer
In
than
fact,
they've been enemies.
In 95, it was Narendra Modi who was associated with Keshubhai in fighting the election. And in the entire campaign, Narendra Modi has not said a word about Keshubhai. Keshubhai might have said anything about Narendra Modi, but Narendra Modi has not said anything bad about him.
Yes.
And he is giving a signal to Keshubhai that this election is fought and over.
Yeah.
You have played your
You've had
game.
a shot.
You have played your game.
Yeah.
You have seen the result. You have seen the outcome. It would be much better if you are by my side when it comes to 2014.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's a very, very clear message. The ball is in Keshubhai's court.
Shiv, you and I were together. We talked about the first Sadbhavna last September extensively in Ahmedabad. I don't know if you remember. But this time, is this Sadbhavna too?
In a more ritualistic way.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, he only has to...
No, is it being large-hearted or is it being clever and shrewd?
No, I think with Modi, you got to be clear.
Yeah.
That largeness of heart and tactics are sort of hybridized.
Right.
So one has to be careful about that. But I think what he's doing is ritually correct. He goes to his mother, the senior-most person in his family, and he goes to Keshubhai, the most senior-most person in politics, pays his respects to them. The rituals of closure are complete. In that sense, tactically bright, tactically significant, because the press laps it up. One points to Modi on a tactical level.
Okay, so that's an important point. The large-heartedness and shrewdness are always hybridized when it comes to Modi. One is not distinguishable from the other. Okay, both our opening commentators have mentioned, Narendra Modi's mother. She's in fact spoken to Headlines today, just shortly after the victory was made official. Here's what Hiraben told Headlines today.
Narendra Bhai Modi is all set to become Chief Minister of Gujarat again. On this occasion, I am joined by his mother, Hiraba, and his brother Pankaj. Hiraba, नरेंद्र भाई मोदी अब तीसरी बार मुख्यमंत्री बनने वाले हैं और चौथी बार शपथ लेंगे. कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
हाँ थवाना चौथी वखत पण શરૂઆતની વાત કરું કે દિલ્હીથી આયા તે મારા દીકરાને પૂછ્યું કે બા ક્યાં છે કે અહીં છે તે આયા અને તરત જ મેં કીધું જા તારી જે થશે એ પહેલો ફેરો અને બીજા ફેરે એની 4% જીત થઈ છે અને જીત્યું અને ત્રીજો ફેરું આ જીત પૂરેપૂરી ઈચ્છાથી થઈ છે. માટે ગુજરાતને કરી છે અને ગુજરાત કરે છે. ગુજરાતથી જે જીતે છે.
बता रहे कि जब नरेंद्र भाई संगठन में कार्य कर रहे थे तो दिल्ली थे. दिल्ली से जब उनका गुजरात के सीएम बनाना तय हुआ तो जब गुजरात आए थे इससे पहले तो बाद ने उनको आशीर्वाद दिया था कि बेटा तू आगे बढ़ेगा, और कुछ ही दिनों में उनका प्रथम बार सीएम बनने का तय हुआ था. तो उनके जो आशीर्वाद है, आशीर्वाद उसी तरह से वो तरक्की करते रहते हैं. वो आने वाले दिनों में भी ऐसे तरक्की होती रहेगी.
Well, one of the inextricable threads of this election in Gujarat has, of course, been the notion that this was a referendum on Modi as a potential future Prime Minister of this country. And now, on another level, there was always talk of how the BJP leadership would react if there was a thumping win for Narendra Modi this third time in Gujarat. That has happened, but we've still been getting some pretty evasive answers from the BJP top leadership. Here's what Nitin Gadkari had to say shortly after the victory.
गुजरात ने विकास की राजनीति को प्राधान्य दिया और देश में एक रोल मॉडल के रूप में सरकार ने अपनी साख को मजबूत किया है और गुजरात की जनता ने फिर से एक बार गुजरात के विकास के लिए नरेंद्र भाई के नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को चुनकर दिया है. कांग्रेस पार्टी ने सांप्रदायिकता का जहर घोलने की पूरी कोशिश की. इसके बावजूद भी समाज के सभी घटकों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को साथ देकर जो जीत दिलाई है, इसलिए मैं गुजरात की जनता का हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं, उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं.
Professor Achyut Yagnik, political analyst, is with us. Professor Yagnik, what do you make of that? I mean, you know, this was always considered to be the one thing that was necessary, if you will, for the BJP top leadership to, you know, come out and make some sort of specific commitment. But that hasn't happened even now. What are you making of that?
They are not directly referring for Delhi Darbar, you know.
Yeah.
And if you remember the earlier criticism by M.G. Vaid,
yes,
it became more clear, you know, what is happening, particularly in the RSS also, and those leaders very close to RSS. So it will be very difficult for Modi to achieve Delhi Darbar,
yes,
in the real sense of the term, you know.
Dr. Dholakia, you know, there's been this theory that's, you know, been gaining credence because of the number of times it's been spoken. May not be based on facts itself, but I just wanted to know what you thought of it. People say Modi winning big in Gujarat comes as bad news for people in the BJP in Delhi, because they believe that it clears the path for him to come to Delhi and they'll muscle their way in, and he's not a man who's democratic. He'll have his way and they're all going to be in trouble. Do you buy that at all?
I don't buy that at all. First of all, any leadership will be too narrow-minded to feel threatened by the emergence of a strong regional leader,
yeah,
and proven mass leader. As it is, BJP needs mass leaders if they have to face the 2014 election with a lot of confidence. The only thing is that Mr. Narendra Modi, when he was in Delhi,
yes,
part of the central BJP, he was not a leader of consequence. When he was brought to Gujarat as the chief minister,
right,
thereafter, based on solid work that he has delivered in Gujarat, he has emerged as a leader.
Yes.
His mass popularity is based on that. And his decisiveness would be of considerable value. His ability to strategize will be of significant value as far as the BJP think tank is concerned.
Right.
I think he did not get his due share of importance and decision-making role in the central BJP leadership.
Okay.
But I expect after these 3 consecutive victories, fighting anti-incumbency of all kinds and all sorts of campaigns against him, he has emerged, and as a result, now he would have greater say in the affairs of BJP as far as the central leadership is concerned. For instance, I am sure he would play a major role in the decision regarding the president of BJP.
Yes.
He would play a major role in the decisions about the kind of strategy that BJP should avoid.
So you're basically saying, Dr. Dholakia, that his clout has increased within the BJP, his own voice. I mean, if he had a vote, it became a little more valuable within the BJP. Okay, I'm going to get a Congress reaction in just a bit, but I want to bring in Dr. Sanjay Kumar for more on this as well, because remember, as far as Gujarat was concerned, largely speaking, it was never about who was going to win, but about how well Narendra Modi was going to win and what margin he was actually going to win by. Dr. Sanjay, what is your big takeaway from the numbers we've got? The poll projections that Headlines Today had put out are almost completely bang on in terms of the final results. What stands out for you in terms of the numbers that we have right now?
If we look at these numbers, I think I'm not sure whether we are getting the updated numbers. BJP has got about 120 or so.
Yes.
120. So
yeah, the updated numbers are right there on the top of the screen.
Right from the beginning, we have been talking about this magic figure 117. So this has a psychological impact on Narendra Modi and BJP, because once they have crossed 117, this gives a psychological advantage to Narendra Modi to march towards Delhi. So that's the only advantage I can see from as soon as you move ahead of 117 mark.
Okay, so it is a clear advantage as far as Narendra Modi is concerned, and that sort of bridge that is there between Gandhinagar and Delhi. Let's get a word in also from the Congress. We've spoken to Manish Tiwari of the Congress to get a reaction on what the Congress thought about this. Remember, you've seen Salman Khurshid react, you've got Mr. Chidambaram also reacting. We're going to get all those reactions for you to find out what the Congress thought about this particular victory.
The BJP had 117 seats. It has been contained to below 117, where the hype was they will get about 140 seats. The Congress had 59. Congress has improved its tally against a formidable adversary. The real winner, therefore, in Gujarat also is the Congress. And in Himachal, the unquestioned winner is the Congress. So if you take both states together, the winner in this round of elections is the Congress party.
So it is failure of Gujarat model?
Of course, the Gujarat model has fewer takers today than 5 years ago. The Congress model has more takers today than 5 years ago. Therefore, the Congress is the real winner.
Obviously, I think if anybody has a reason to celebrate today, it is the Congress party. And interestingly, I think it must be underscored that all the 12 or 13 constituencies in which Shri Rahul Gandhi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh and in Gujarat, if my information is correct, Congress has won all those constituencies, and that too by a very convincing margin.
All right, live images as you can see on your screen right now of the Vijay Sabha in Ahmedabad, where the stage is set for Narendra Modi. Several of his colleagues are already on stage. On the right hand side of your screen, the huge crowds who've already been there. They've been there for the last few hours waiting to welcome Narendra Modi in their midst. This is the Vijay Sabha. Narendra Modi will also be addressing the crowds in a short while from now. After he arrives, we of course will dip into that speech and get you a part of that at least live. Alright, now I want to go back to our guests. Shiv Vishwanathan, you heard P. Chidambaram, Manish Tiwari saying there's every reason for the Congress to celebrate. Chidambaram says this was a clear win for the Congress. Just a brave face, or do they really believe it?
Well, Congress is always known for wishful thinking.
Yeah.
You know, they're like astrologers who predict after the event. So at one level, it seems to be very clear. What they're saying is the Gujarat model is not as successful as the Congress model.
Yeah. That's basically what they're saying. Professor Yarnik, what do you think?
I think they should analyze.
You think they should rethink?
They should rethink, they should analyze, and it's interesting that not only the Gujarat Congress president, but the leader of the opposition both lost, election. That is very significant.
And he resigned just minutes after that.
Yes, and then he resigned. So they should analyze the result and they should reflect more on the ground situation in Gujarat.
Dr. Dholakia, what went through your mind when you saw these statements by P. Chidambaram and Manish Tiwari and several other, Salman Khurshid, several other Congress leaders as well, saying it's a victory for the Congress. We've gained, we've contained them, and therefore, net, we are the victors.
I wish this is something that they had said earlier, because basically what they are admitting is that they had conceded defeat even before the first vote was cast.
Yeah.
Now, if that is the kind of mindset and attitude with which you proceed, the other important thing is that they, as Achyut Bhai said, they need to think about that. They have not cultivated regional leadership. They cannot have the aspirations to. This is the first time I'm hearing from party leaders that a major party, national party like Congress is contesting an election with a clear mindset that we know we are not going to win.
Yes.
I mean, now what is required is to analyze, and the most important thing is complete lack of regional leadership in Gujarat. Now, Modi came from Delhi, settled down in Gujarat, emerged as the major regional leader, and whatever we have seen is the outcome of that. Forget about 2002 elections. But 2007 and 2012 were elections not necessarily fought on the standardized political issues and agendas.
Sure. Shiv, you know, considering that the Congress has always known what they're up against as far as Narendra Modi is concerned. This isn't the first election they're fighting against him by any, you know, stretch. What is it about it? Dr. Dholakia says, you know, this complete lack of regional leadership, you know, this unimaginative sort of way they've gone about campaigning against Narendra Modi. What is it? What have they not been doing?
See, I think first remember one thing. The Congress hasn't been in power in Gujarat for what, 19 years?
Yeah.
So, if you actually find out, the younger generation has no memory of Congress rule. You can't even talk about an incumbency effect. But let me make one difference. Arjun Motwadia resigned.
Yes.
He accepted responsibility. He behaved like a politician. One can't say the same for the Congress leadership at Delhi.
True.
They sound like a bunch of adolescents who have escaped a petty crime. And I think that difference has to be emphasized. I think there is a seriousness at the local level, which I wish had begun much earlier. In an analytical and strategic way.
I think in that context, the only small point I would like to make is that the regional leadership didn't even have major say in the allocation of tickets. That's what it was rumored.
It was completely done
and you know, so therefore, while Arjun Motwadia has accepted the moral responsibility and resigned, but what would have been the scenario if the regional leadership was not only cultivated in terms of chief ministerial aspirations, but also in terms of deciding who is going to contest election from which seat, and all that would have also made some kind of. That is where the leadership comes in.
Our political editor Javed Ansari is standing by with us from Ahmedabad. I'm going to go across to him to get a live update on what's happening there ahead of that Vijay Sabha that is to be addressed just moments from now by Chief Minister for the third time, Narendra Modi. I want to quickly, before that, play for you the BJP's Ravi Shankar Prasad, who spoke to us after the results were out. Here's what he said.
To give some credit to Narendra Bhai and BJP of Gujarat, first he will not win. Even if he is coming to the same number, yet it is not a victory. Don't forget, Congress is out of Gujarat since 1995. That has been repeated. And it is the third consecutive win of Narendra Bhai, purely upon the persona of his leadership, the support of BJP and Parivar, and his record of governance. At least acknowledge that.
All right, let's get a word in from Headlines Today's political editor Javed Ansari, who's live with me from that location where the Vijay Sabha is about to kick off. Javed, just take us through what we're expecting to see at this particular event.
Well, before I tell you what we are expecting to see, what we are witnessing now is, you know, any moment from now, Narendra Modi will be on the stage. Slowly but surely, all the victorious MLAs are pouring in. Some of them are being carried on the shoulders, others being, you know, pushed around by their supporters. Every time a victorious MLA appears in sight, a huge cheer goes up. You can just imagine what will happen once Narendra Modi comes onto the stage. The people have been waiting here since 2 o'clock. The crowd has been steadily building up, and now this whole, you know, this whole road that leads to the BJP office has been jam-packed. There are crowds on both sides. There are people on terraces looking in, wanting to have a listen, wanting to have a look into what Mr. Narendra Modi has to say.